Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm back. So there's another article out there talking about Flash and how it sucks uh, on Android. So the title of it is basically just how bad is Flash on Android, and it's on technovia.co.uk. It reads pretty bad. In fact, if you're thinking video, utterly unusable. Okay, so um, I did the other video, which is up on YouTube. I'll put a link down so you guys can get to it. But it was basically more along the lines of, oh, really? Well, it doesn't for me. Um, I, we could do this whole thing back and forth all day. Obviously, some people aren't having the same experience, so that's clear. But I wanted to kind of take a different angle with this video to kind of show a little more about or more so to clear up things, not necessarily show. I'm definitely going to show on my Evo. Just going to do a quick speed test on my. There you go. So we're looking at 5 down and 3 up. All right. So not bad. It's actually pretty good. What I'm going to do is he showed a few different sites. I'm going to show a few sites, and I don't have one of those fancy. Oh, let me show you, and it comes in over the top. And so I'm going to go grassroots, and I'm going to be doing this a lot. So one of the ones that he showed was abc.com, and he showed how it was completely unusable. Okay, so there's a problem with that in the video that I noticed is that he started kind of zooming in, and there was like a red box that was showing, and there was a problem, like you couldn't really see it. So I ran into the red box on my laptop tonight, and the red box is just an error message. The problem, I thought it was a flash box, but the problem was it's like a just a basic overlay, like a light box type of situation. And it's not sitting on top of Flash, but you can see it when you zoom in and things. So it takes a second, but I'm loading up the ABC site right now. And for me, I have Flash turned off by default, um, only because I don't want Flash just loading on the fly. I would prefer it to go ahead and just play when I want it to play. So I'm loading it. You can see it has the white box right there with the little green arrow inside. That's basically saying, hey, this is Flash content. Do you want to load it? To load it, all I have to do is click on it. Okay. Now, for the gentleman that did the video on Technovia, it was a pretty slow load. Flash itself loaded very fast. So it made me think maybe it's something to do with the video. Now, granted, he did point out that there could be things with the server and all those sort of things. So I'm not saying that he was all out just trying to get Flash and say that it's bad and all that. And apparently he's not an Apple kind of guy. So, but it made me wonder, me being a developer, it made me think what else could possibly be the problem. Okay, so this is obviously a slow load process. Something is going on. Flash is obviously loading and playing. You see the animation, it's playing beautifully. Problem is you're not seeing video. Okay, so me with my inquisitive self, I kind of said, well, let me find out what's going on. So what I did was I went and took the I used Charles, which is a packet watcher, and I decided, let me put it in one of my players. And in my player, I wanted to play it so I could see exactly how well it ran on my player. There we go. All right. So ABC had a problem, right? Couldn't load. So let's see what happens here. There's the player loading. Okay. And within seconds, oh, there's video. Now this one specifically, you see it says it's not optimized for mobile. That's because the video, it really isn't. This is a 500 kilobyte video, which can be played on mobile, as you can see. It's playing actually really well on my phone here. Every now and then you get a little bit of jerkiness when there's a lot of motion, but for the most part, it's nothing like the experience the gentleman was having on the Nexus 1. And it seems like everyone is talking about these flash problems, and everyone is using the Nexus 1, which obviously is the phone that Google had, blah, 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 blah. But this Evo is running pretty nicely. So far from a fail. I kind of got caught up watching this earlier. And again, this is on a non-optimized player, but notice that this player loaded the video immediately. ABC's player did not. There's two different players, the same video content. I just, like I said, I sniffed the packets and I saw that they were loading a regular RTMP video. So I plugged it in my player and it came up quickly. So is it a flash fail or is it whoever built the ABC player fail? You know, 6 on one hand, I guess, half a dozen on the other. So the other one is they jumped over to Meta Cafe. I'd never heard of the site in my life, but apparently it has a lot of video. So I said, okay, let's go to Meta Cafe then. So I'm going to Meta Cafe. Let me make this landscape. So it's loading. And this is the Resident Evil trailer. So we have the white box. Like I said, I don't like Flash to load on its own. So one of the things I really, because initially I had it set loading, but I wanted the page to load fully before we started trying to experience Flash before the page was loaded. And there could be other things that are, in queue to load and all that kind of jazz. So a completely fresh start using the Meta Cafe player. Let's go ahead and get it going. Okay, so here a little music. And here's Resident Evil. Pretty choppy. This is actually an HD video, so you'll kind of expect that. You can see it says HD up there. Maybe a little hard to read, but it's an HD video, so it's pretty choppy. I agree this is not a good experience. It completely is not a good experience. The video, it does not play any better in my player. It loads fast on Meta Cafe as well, so not an issue there. All right, so there are videos kind of going along with what he saw. But my point is, like I said earlier, two different players, two different experiences between the ABC and my player. But then I really want to impress upon you is the video. A lot of people are expecting this Flash on mobile to just play any and everything regardless of what it is. People were still on mobile. This is a mobile device. 10 years ago, it was about as powerful as a computer. From 10 years ago, I mean. It's about that powerful now. And back then, we couldn't do those sort of things. We weren't doing HD video. We weren't doing live streaming and, not to this level that we're doing right now. So don't expect Flash on mobile to answer all of the mobile problem line. Now, the point that, some Gruber or somebody would make is, well, Flash is supposed to work. It's supposed to go everywhere. Okay, yes, I understand that. But we're still on mobile. There's a huge difference here. You have to get out of this shell of trying to find a way to make Flash a bad experience and just by saying, oh, it doesn't work, it's crappy. Here's another. Now, if you're having a bad experience, okay, it has to get there. Adobe, step up. This is a problem that we deal with in the media industry. We deal with it all the time with trying to plan out events and how to do these big events. We figure out these different encodings, and that's why we have multi-bit rate in Flash Media Server now, because people need to do these things. Apple makes developers, from what I heard, personal experience. I'll try to find the blog post or the link. But if you're trying to stream content, Apple makes you provide a backup stream of, there's 144 kilobytes. I think they understand it's mobile. Okay, they'll let you do the high quality stream, but if the high quality stream is not performing properly, they want to downgrade you to a lower quality stream. Multi-bit rate streaming, it's mobile. Get it through your head. Enjoy.